Now, the men don't see why they should marry. Because let me show you what marriage looks like to us. Let me show you. Marriage is extremely an extortion and a waste of resources. And I'll prove it to you. Number one, you meet a lady now, and automatically you are expected to show her money. You have to buy her gifts. You have to take her to restaurant. You go and eat with her, you have to pay. You drive, you have to buy the fuel. You have to literally pay the rent you guys will be staying in. And even if she stays in another place, you have to pay for her rent. No matter how much the woman earns, you are still to buy her wig, you are still to buy her phones. Whatever she makes is her own money, whilst the man has to spend on her. Let me finish. Now, I'm showing you what men see, the modern men now, what we are seeing as marriage. Don't forget that the actual essence of marriage is for the woman to come and help the man. But now, marriage is the man going to help a woman who actually has not developed herself and just looking for somebody to take care of her. So now, after all this, the man will now, when a woman's way of knowing you can take care of her now is that you have money to spend on her. After all this, you now go to her family. Here in Africa, it is worse, because when you take a woman to the family, you can be asked to pay $20,000, $10,000 as bride price.
Hey, are you buying a person? I don't understand.
Yes.
I'm not like
$10,000 as bride price. $2,000 as bride price. $5,000 as bride price. So you are paying all these things to get a woman into your house who is going to be shouldering on you. No. Imagine, and after that, here in Africa, in America, the lady's father is going to pay for the wedding and all those kind of things. In Africa, the wedding and everything is still being borne by you, this young guy.
It's true, sir. It's true.
You have to look for the money for the bride's her costume. You have to look for money. If she says she wants 8 bridesmaids, you have to sew for them. You have to pay for the venue, pay for sound. So it's like you must have money to have a woman in your life. Now, if you are even spending all that and you're going to have a submissive woman who is going to be in your life to help you, it is a good investment. Now, you will live with this woman in your house. She expects you to clean. She expects you to share responsibility. She expects you to do this. She expects you to do that. And one day, this woman can just get up and say, I don't love you anymore.
Hey, problem.
The woman you are paying all these things for can wake up one day and say, I don't want this marriage anymore. And there's nothing you can do about it. So men think about all these things now, and when they meet a woman who shows them a little bit of a threat, trust me. So do you know what the men are doing now? Instead of marrying you, they will come into your life and say, I want to have a child. If you can have a child for me, we'll marry.
That is true. They are using children. Even if not children, they are using a ring.
Yes. And so what they do is that when they impregnate you, they make you baby mama. You live in your house, he lives in his house. He's good. He has a child. He has a woman. He's good. He has no responsibility. The painful thing is that when this woman gets up and says, I don't want the marriage anymore, do you know what the law says? The law says that whatever you, a man, you own, after all the money you spent on the woman, the law says whatever you own, you must split it into 2 and give half to her. Doesn't make sense. No. So if you were the man, would you even think of marriage?
No, it's too much. I even myself know it's too much, man. It's too much. It's too much. No, I go run. Let me be honest, I go run. Not too much.
So this is the reason why most of the men now, they just want to be with you, be a baby mama. he's doing his thing. Guys are now 40 something, 50, and they've never married. They are just living
Sir,
their
it's
life
not every
without a
woman is like
woman,
that now.
because the women of today are not actually being women. Those days, women came into the lives of men and helped them to save. Those days, women used to go into a man's life and the man's house is tidy. Those days, when a woman, when a man marries, even his dressing will change because the woman is taking care of the man. Now it is no longer that way. Now it is the man that must go into the woman's life. The woman begins to become fat whilst the man loses weight.